Hey everybody, what's going on? Goofy Rexy here, coming to you today with another video on Marvel Strike Force. Today's video is going to be centered around how to be a good Alliance member. So I know the tendency is to talk about getting into a good alliance and making sure that you get into an alliance that's doing raids on a day-by-day basis, as well as having an alliance that is getting their raid keys, that's being effective in war and what level they are in war. But I think a lot of the times, you may forget about what it is that you need to do as an alliance member, to be a good contributing member to that alliance. So that's what I wanted to go over today. Some of these might seem very obvious and seem very basic, but I'm sure there's some things that maybe you may have not thought about before, or maybe you have thought about, but maybe you just haven't implemented, or maybe you can do better. But before we get right into the video, do of course want to mention, of course, you can catch me on Discord. I am also on Twitch from Tuesday through Friday throughout the week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9, and Wednesdays and Fridays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you guys can catch me there. My links are down below, and of course, for my YouTube videos, I do post them weekly. So hit the subscribe button, like, leave a comment, and also turn on the little bell notification too as well, so that you can get notified whenever I do either go live or post any sort of new videos. So the first thing that I wanted to start off with, and of course I know is a little obvious, right? But it's making sure that you're contributing with your raid keys, right? So these things right here, your daily raid keys, the way that you get your daily raid keys is by using your campaign energy, right? So you can use your campaign energy, obviously, to farm characters, or to using your campaign energy to farm characters, or you can use your campaign energy to farm gear for specific characters that you're looking to put gear pieces into. It's important that you make sure that you're using pretty much all enough raid keys so that you're getting 600, or using 600 campaign energy every single day. That 600 campaign energy contributes to raids, and it contributes to raid keys, so that you're able, these, which are these right here, so that you're able to launch raids every single day. If you're not getting these raid keys on a consistent basis, everyone's not contributing with their raid keys, then that means that you're not able to launch raids every single day on a consistent basis, which is extremely important for you to do. So that's a very basic aspect of using your raid keys. Of course, you're using your campaign energy in general helps you to advance your characters and gear, and of course also being able to farm character shards. So yeah, very basic. Some of you may already know that, but I figured I wanted to at least touch base on that first, just in case there are any newer players that are watching, or any earlier players, earlier or newer players that are watching too as well. The second thing that I wanted to mention is contributing in raids. Now, in order to be able to contribute in raids, you definitely want to make sure that you're having discussions, or that you at least have an understanding, right, of what exactly you're supposed, that what your alliance is targeting. What I mean by that is that in certain specific, either it's U6, Ultimate 6, or Ultimate 5, whatever raids it is that you're doing, you want to talk about what percentage that you're shooting for. Right now, my alliance currently, we're shooting for 100% on U6 on difficulty 4. So therefore, we are, we're making sure that we have strict specific lane assignments that we have, so therefore everyone sticks to their lane assignment. So right now, currently, I am in this lane, which is lane 3. I make sure that I stick to my lanes, and there's lane infographics that are out there too as well that you can find to make sure that you're sticking to a specific lane assignment that you have. But it's very important to make sure that you have an understanding. What are you doing in raids? Are you shooting for 100%? Are you shooting for 60%? You want to make sure that you have that discussion, and that you stick to that plan to make sure that you're using the energy that is necessary for you to hit those targets. I also want to make mention too as well, don't be this person. Seriously, do not be this person. That person that steps into a raid or enters into a raid, and you know them, you've seen them before, or maybe you're one of them, right? You enter in, you join the raid, but then you don't actually start to do any nodes. Please Do not be that person. That person is super annoying because all they're doing is that they're collecting rewards when they don't do anything to earn those rewards. No matter who you are, no matter where you are in the game, there is definitely some contribution that you can give. What even if you don't complete the node, and because your roster might be a little light on the lighter side, it is important to make sure that you're at least stepping into the raid. When you step into the raid, that you're at least contributing at some sort of level, right? Don't be that guy. That guy, that gal is a jerk. Don't be that person. Make sure that you, when you step into the raid, that you're doing the raid and that you're actually contributing to the raid and contributing to the percentage and contributing to the scores so that you guys can get the most points that you possibly can. So please, don't be that person. Don't be that person. Um, Another thing that wanted to mention when it comes to how to be effective or how to be a good alliance member is also being effective in war, right? War is and I also want to preface it by saying I understand that there's probably some that are not doing war right now, but if you are, getting close to doing war, or or you're probably going to be doing future wars, then this is something to also recognize too as well. And just to jump back on the raids, I think too, so just to make mention, we do lane assignments, so make sure that you're always sticking to your lane assignments, that you have those infographics for your lane assignments. And I also should have mentioned too as well, to make sure that you use all of your attacks. Don't sit on energy. You want to make sure that you're using all of your energy, because that energy that you use in raids actually contributes to another place within within your alliance that helps too as well, that I'll mention a little bit later on too. So when it comes to to war, my recommendation, once again, you want to make sure that you have specific conversations about what the expectations are for war. Each alliance is different. But I think that at the bare minimum, that no one is expecting for you to dominate war. If you have a great roster, then of course, fine. I mean, you can dominate, but that it's not domination that we're looking for. What we're looking for is participation. When it comes to war, you want to make sure that you're at least doing anywhere between 5 to 8 attacks in war. Now that depends on roster, right? So you may have more. You may have teams that are better suited for war defense, so maybe you put those teams on war defense, or maybe you're a little bit of an earlier player, so therefore you don't have as many teams to put on offense or even on defense. The biggest thing is just making sure that you communicate and let them know what you can do, and that you actually stick to that commitment that you have made. And don't undersell yourself either. Make sure that you're actually appropriately saying this is what you can do, because that is really what you can do, and then also making sure that you're executing that plan too as well. Be a good alliance member. Contribute in war. Do the best that you can. Do your at least by 5 to 8 attacks. Maybe if you're someone that has a lower TCP, then maybe what you do is that you help out by taking boosts off certain teams, so that other players who have stronger rosters can then attack those teams, right? I have a second account right now, and that's primarily what I do. I have a lot of guys in that alliance that currently do really, or currently like 4 million, 5 million TCPs. My TCP in my second account is only about 500k, so there's not really much that I can do. But what I do at times is that I go in and I look at where there might be a boost. That's a room that is marked, and we'll talk about marked rooms. And I make sure that I go in there and I take the boost off, so that they can go right ahead and take that team out without having to deal with that extra boost and those deflects that are on that team, right? So do the best that you can. Do your at least 5 to 8 attacks, depending on, of course, your roster strength. Um, and of course, like, take those boosts off. Talk strategy with your team. Talk strategy with the leader in the team. Make sure that you're also doing very effective communication too as well. And please, when there are marked rooms in war, don't attack another room. That is super annoying. As an alliance leader, I can tell you right now, it is super annoying when I mark a room and then someone goes in and they attack another room. Come on now, you're not helping us out. You're making things more complex. We don't want to waste attacks. There's only so many limited attacks that you get in war. Please don't waste attacks by attacking a room. I know you cannot attack the rooms that are marked, that are currently marked. I completely understand that. But communicate and say, hey, I can't attack those rooms, and then we'll probably find another room for us to mark that you can attack. Don't just go ahead and attack another room. Please communicate. And also as well, and try not to attack, a room that is not marked. It's super annoying as an alliance leader. I can tell you that right now. It is super annoying. Don't do that. Don't be that person. Please. Please. Um, Another thing that I wanted to mention really quickly too as well is there is a milestone that is called World Warrior Milestones. Now, I know you probably already know what that is, right? Absolutely. I get it. You already know what that is. For some, I apologize if this is something that you already know. But this is really, really important and something that I find to be kind of, a sticking point for my alliance over the past, few months. We're doing very well now. We're hitting all of these milestones. There are 19 milestones in total. It's really, really good when you're able to run the full gauntlet, right? Because you're essentially able to get, at very best, see these T4 materials right here? You see those? You're able to get 20 T4s, and especially with our alliance and a lot of the members that are in this alliance right now, we need T4 abilities. Right now, I need to T4 Shuri's passive. I need to T4 Shuri's ultimate. And I can't do that right now because I don't have enough T4s. But we've been doing relatively well with getting a lot of T4s recently, so I can't really complain too much, right? But, when we don't hit this milestone, when it's something that I know that if all 24 members of the alliance contributed, that I know that we would be able to hit it, it's really, really frustrating for me when we don't hit it because I know that we can, right? So contribute to War Warrior milestones, and the question is, how do you contribute to War Warrior milestones? Well, number one, if I haven't said it already, this is a team milestone. So unlike the other milestones in here, like Save the World, obviously we got the Heat Storm and like High Roller, all those kind of milestones, are milestones that are individual milestones. But the War Warrior milestone is a milestone that is a team milestone. It is alliance based, and it requires that everyone contributes. And how do you contribute? You contribute by winning blitz battles. You get 10 points per blitz battle. So if you're someone that does 3 to 4 rotations of blitz every single day, you're probably winning about, what, anywhere between 40 to 60 battles a day in blitz. If you're, depending on where you are in TCP, if you're lower level, you might only be winning, maybe 10 or so blitz matches a day, or 10 to 30 blitz matches a day, depending on how often you blitz. But this gives you 10 points per blitz, which contributes to 300 points here, and it really adds up. So don't discredit any sort of contribution that you can do to War Warrior. Any single thing that you can do adds up. The reason why I mentioned earlier about making sure that you use all of your raid energy is, and essentially all of your attacks and raids, is because right here, 30 points, it contributes. Every single attack that you do contributes to War Warriors. So don't sit on attacks. Use your attacks. Make sure that you're going after, that you're using all of the attacks that you have, because it contributes to War Warrior milestones. And ultimately, the goal is to make sure that you get all the way here so that you can get all of the T4, so that you can get all of the orange gear raid materials, so that you can get all of the gear credits that you can use to open up catalyst orbs. This only helps you. So make sure that you're doing, look at that, ABCs right here. We know how strong and how hard ABCs are to find in this game. Please make sure that you're doing all you can. Use your raid energy. Arena, you get 85 points per arena battle. So we want to make sure that you're doing your 5 arena matches every single day. It doesn't matter if you win. It's 85 points each. That goes a long way to contributing to War Warrior milestones. With that, the same thing applies to war. Make sure that you use all of your war attacks, because what happens when you use all your war attacks? When you use all of your war attacks, you get 85 points. It doesn't matter if you win or if you lose. It's a no-brainer, guys. Use all of your attacks, use all of your energy, because it contributes to War Warrior milestones. It helps you to get the ABCs. It helps you to get the milestone orbs. It helps you to get these. It even, for players who are just starting out, it helps to get you the blue gear raid orbs too as well. I need to open some of these orbs, by the way, so I can get my changas. But yeah, use all of these, use all of the things that this game gives to you. Listen, this game doesn't give you a lot, right? So sometimes you got to go out and, majority of the time, you got to go out and take it, right? But in this situation, they give these things to you by just doing your dailies, just doing multiple blitzes, by just doing raids, by just doing all of your arena battle. even if you didn't blitz as much, if you did all of your arena matches, all of your alliance war, use all of your alliance war attacks, if you use all of your raid attacks, you're gonna hit the milestone. I mean, for a 24 person alliance, you need about 7,800 points in order to do it. You definitely can do it if you're doing all of your arena matches, if you're using all of your all of your raid energy, if you're using, all of your arena energy, all of your war attacks, you're definitely going to be able to hit it. And even if you do just some minimal blitzing just to kind of hike the score up a little bit, that also helps too as well. So make sure that you're doing all that you can do to contribute to get all of these, because there's a lot of really good rewards here that can be really, really helpful for you moving forward, in your alliance. Another one of those not small thing, but really important things to mention as well is your alliance donations. Obviously, we're not where we want to be. We're at level 56, but the good thing is that we've been a lot more consistent in making sure that we're hitting these marks at a greater level. Um, you want to be a good alliance member by donating your 10k every single day. If all 24 members of the alliance donated at least 10k every day, you'll be able to hit this milestone, and then you'll also be able to get your team up to a higher level on a regular, consistent basis, right? So 56, getting to 56, getting to 57, it allows for you to be able to use more Stark Tech, because right now I'm capped out at 17. I would like to be able to go a little bit higher, on each of these. I gotta fill out some armor on the Mystic. I don't really do much with skill, but I would like to be able to use some of my Stark Tech to fill some of these things out and go a little bit higher. But unfortunately, right now I can't do that because we don't have enough. We're not really at the place where we're not at a high enough level, I should say, where it's easy for us to do that. So I would like to be able to go a little bit further along, but we have not been consistent doing this, so therefore we have not been climbing up the levels as much as we would like to. But if you're in an alliance, make sure that you're doing this on a consistent basis, because it helps to get your entire team up to a higher level so that you can essentially use more Star Tech. I would like to be able to use, like I said, more Star Tech, but unfortunately, right now I don't have. I need Alliance level 60, so I'm gonna have to wait until we get to 60 before I can even upgrade the health or upgrade the damage on my tech or any other one of these kind of groups of characters. So do the same thing with your Star Tech. Donate every single day. It helps. It goes a long way. Little by little, helps. So make sure that you're doing that on a consistent basis too as well. Another thing to mention, last thing to mention, is that we understand that life happens. This is a game, right? I know that some of us take it very seriously, me. Um, but at the same time, we understand that life happens. But one of the things that becomes frustrating at times, especially from me talking from my alliance member, and also an alliance leader standpoint, is that when you don't do anything for 2 3 days and we have no idea why. This Listen, first of all, my first thoughts are always, I hope that person's okay. After the first day, I'm like, okay, hopefully that person's okay. um but I would also, encourage people to make sure that you're communicating to say, because sometimes the only thing that's happening is that you're busy at work, right? Which is a very, very valid point for you to be busy, but or you're busy with family stuff. But just saying, hey, I got a lot of family stuff going on right now, or things are getting a little tough. We can always make adjustments, especially if it's something where you're already assigned to a lane by yourself and you're doing that lane on your own, and then we don't know what's going on and you haven't showed up and you haven't done your lane. Then there becomes a little bit of angst amongst the rest of the alliance members. So I would just say, just try to do your very best to make sure that you're communicating effectively and making sure that you're always saying what's going on. Hey, I got a lot of stuff going on. I had someone recently that told me, hey man, I got a lot of stuff going on personally that I need to take care of. And I was like, bro, go ahead, take care of what you got to take care of, man. We'll switch some things up just to make it work. Just to make it work for you. So just communicate, let people know. Don't ever feel like you're letting someone down if you're communicating and letting them know what's going on in advance. I would prefer to know what's going on in advance as opposed to, it just happening and then me not know. Obviously, things do just happen sometimes, and you got to understand that. But if you can control the narrative in a sense, and be communicative, prior to, your your lack of participation, it helps and it goes a long way, and it really helps out the rest of your alliance members as well. But for the most part, that's pretty much the best thing, the best kind of advice that I can give, to as to how to be a good alliance member. Um, Obviously, of course, if you have any sort of suggestions that you have, I'll be happy to hear about those too as well. But that's just what I've experienced so far, what I've seen, and the things that I think are really good to mention. When it comes to not just, hey, how do I find a good alliance, but how do you actually, when you do find an alliance, to be a good alliance member. So thank you guys so much for listening. Obviously, again, Goofy Rexy here. Links are down below. I have my links to my Twitch page, as well as my Discord down below too as well. And of course, like I said, like, subscribe, comment, hit the little notification bell. Would love to see you guys again. And of course, if you have anything specifically that you want to message me, my Discord is always open. If you want to just direct message me there too as well. But thank you so much. I feel like I'm babbling on now. I'll get off. I'll let you guys get to the rest of your day or your night, whatever the case is. Thank you so much, and be blessed.